My name's Ann Hamilton, and the project here is called The Event of a Thread. The first component really is the space, and the volume of the Armory, which is the space between Lexington Avenue and Park Avenue. So it's an entire city block between 66th and 67th. And that's really where the project begins, is in responding to that volume. The center is the white cloth that we call the weather. The curtain is not actually dead hung from the space, but it's held by the swings and their weight. And so what happens is that the field of swings and the field of motion that are in the center are made animate and kind of in constant shifting turbulence by the weight and presence of people. So that center motion and the relationships between the cloth and the swing and the counterbalances are bracketed in the space by two objects, and the only thing that actually sit on the floor. So at one end there's a very large wooden table, and it has two readers that I'm working with actors in the community that are part of City Company, and they are reading concordance texts to a flock of pigeons that are in wooden cages and sit in very close proximity to the readers. And so the reading, the address of the reading is very intimate. At the other end there is another wooden table, a little bit smaller, and it has a writer, and the writer is writing by hand letters that are addressed to human emotion and places far away. One of the things at that table is that there's a large mirror, a convex mirror that rotates, and the movement of the mirror is a consequence of the movement of the cloth. So the view the writer has is a consequence of the motion of the congregation of people gathered. The readers each have a microphone that is a radio broadcast from each of the readers that is transmitted to radios that are inside individual paper bags. The other sound that you hear is that some of the swings are connected at the very top up to the catwalk to a set of accordions. So the air that's animating the cloth is also passing through single reeds up in the ceilings. One of the things that's been interesting to sort of feel as we've been at the table is that the birds, they settle. I think they register the rhythm of the voice, they register the company. The title of the piece, Event of the Thread, actually comes from a phrase of Annie Albers. In her definition of weaving, she talks about that a cloth is the event of a thread. A cloth is made by two things crossing, and this piece is then about the possibility of you crossing with the many elements and their associative lives.